Hi, I'm Jessie Bowman. I'm the Alumni Coordinator at Eastern Oregon University, and I'm here with the Secretary of the Alumni Association, Mr. Mike Daugherty.
Hello.
We're here to talk today about our recent event that we held with the EOU Foundation. It's called Tea and Trumpets. So Tea and Trumpets is an annual event that the EOU Foundation hosts. It's for our donors that are donating to scholarships for EOU students to come. The main focus is to make sure that donors are speaking with students. They're meeting, the students can say thank you, the donors can see where their money is impacting people's lives directly. And it's just an afternoon to have some snacks and drink some tea and some coffee. And it's a fairly short and sweet program, but it's a great afternoon to see these relationships between the donors and the students. It's one of the only times during the year that is actually, we have that opportunity. So we try to make the most of it.
I think it's very appropriate that the event is held at the Gilbert Center, and David Gilbert was a professor of physics here and a dean and eventually the president of the university for like 16 years. And he and his wife were also big donors and supporters of the university. So I think it's really appropriate that we have this event in a building that's named for them.
And Mike was actually our MC for the event this year, since Mike is an honored guest and a donor to the foundation himself. Do you want to talk a little bit about your involvement and your scholarship?
I think if I look back, Eastern Oregon University has been a partner for me for my entire adult life. I came here as a freshman to go to college, got my degree here, worked for 31 years at the university with just a couple years off to go to graduate school, and then over the last decade I've done a lot of volunteer work with the EOU Foundation and also with the EOU Alumni Board, serving in officer positions and as a director. So to me, Eastern Oregon University has been such an important part of my life. I've seen the effects that it's had on students, and I believe in the institution, and I believe in the students and what they can do here. It's been a really important part of my life, and it's very much like family to me. And it's one of the main reasons why I have been and will continue to be a donor to EOU, because if you step up and assist the institution and the students that go to school here, amazing things can happen.
It was wonderful to have Mike this year because his donor recipient, or his student recipient, was actually able to join us as well. So to see the interaction between Mike and Colette, who was the student recipient, that was just a wonderful, wonderful part of the event. This event every year, it's one of the most looked forward to by both our students and our donors. The primary focus is to let the donors engage with the students and have conversations so the donors can see the impact that their gifts are having on the students. And the students are amazingly thankful, and they're so excited to meet firsthand the people that have helped them in their higher education career and really made it possible sometimes. So it's a very heartwarming experience, and we do have some featured students that speak at the event, but really the loveliness of this event is having the students and the donors sit together and have conversations where they learn about each other. A lot of the donors are alumni of this institution, so they're able to tell about themselves and how their experiences, and they bond with the students that are currently in school and having similar experiences. So that's one of my favorite things about this event. What's your favorite thing, Mike?
Well, I think as a donor, you typically don't get to be involved with the selection of the student scholar to receive your award, and we have a student engagement scholarship and a science scholarship that are available to students right now. But for this year's recipient, I was so excited because I knew the recipient. So after the award had been given, I got a thank you letter from the student and immediately recognized Colette. And what was great about that is I met her at the University Outdoor Program, and she was working on a project called the Outdoor Women's Project, which provided some really unique outdoor opportunities for growth and leadership development for EOU students in the out of doors. And we had talked many times together, so for me, I know that her receiving a scholarship from the foundation enabled her to be able to spend more time doing some of the things that she loved. And one of those was developing this program that would help students engage with the outdoors and learn leadership experience that way. And I don't know if that experience could have happened, if that program could have come to fruition without the support from donors and support of the foundation. So that's when I talk about great things happen from students receiving these awards. That's a good example. One of those great things that happened, but it was particularly gratifying for me because I knew Colette, and so I'm getting to speak about her at the event itself was really pretty special for me, because it's really unusual for donors to know the recipients of their scholarships as well as what Colette and I know each other.
One of the very cool things that happened this year is we had another student speaker. Her name is Diana Bautista, and I think it's wonderful when there's a student that she has had, she's overcome some obstacles, and she's a first-generation college student. And she had a wonderful story, and at the very end of sharing, she said that she hopes to be able to give back to this institution someday as well. So when you have a student that's 20 years old, 21 years old, and they recognize that this is such an amazing thing for these donors to be giving scholarships, and then it inspires them as young people to go out into the world and start their careers and then give back themselves. So we really want to promote that type of a mindset within our students, and it's wonderful to see that, and they come up with that themselves by going to these events and building these relationships with the donors.
Yeah, and this scholarship effort by the University Foundation is no small undertaking, and it's no small deal. There are probably 350 or so scholarships giving out to students every year to the tune of nearly $700,000. So it's a significant impact on the life of the campus, and certainly the life of the student scholars receiving those awards.
Yeah, the scholarship committee has actually been very busy the last 2 months. Right now is when they're awarding the scholarships for the upcoming school year. So many hours and tireless reading of applications, and it's a lot of work for that committee, but it's very well worth it. And I hope that, if anything today, an interview like this will inspire more students, if they learn about the scholarships, to apply. The foundation, it is separate than the university, so the foundation does require a separate application to receive these scholarships, and the more people that apply for them, the better. There's funds that we work hard at making sure we are always trying to grow funds in the foundation, and we want more people to have access to them.
We can't help the students if they don't apply.
Students apply for these foundation scholarships by visiting eou.edu/foundation. All the information is on the foundation website where they can sign up. I believe it's just one application, and then their eligibility for each of the scholarships is taken from that.
I think I would say that I would encourage anyone who believes in the institution and believes in the students and what they can hold for the future, not only for the institution but the communities and our society, if they have the ability to donate to the foundation to create these opportunities for future students, I would highly recommend that they look into that opportunity.
Also, a very big thank you to Arlene Young. She was a speaker as well last week, and her husband, Jerry Young, was a professor here, and they have endowed a scholarship, and they're continuing to just be great supporters of our university. And she was lovely for being able to speak last week and shared her story, and she's been here many years, and it was lovely to have her viewpoint on just the university in general, really.